Another Raw in Chicago and no CM Punk to be found. You got to give credit to Stephanie McMahon, who came out. Obviously, the WWE well aware they were going to be battling the CM Punk chance in his hometown. Of course, Punk walked out on the company the day after Rumble here in Pittsburgh back in January. Has not been seen or heard of in a wrestling capacity since. Stephanie McMahon did a great job. She went right after the throat about, isn't it fitting Chicago would cheer for quitters, and got her digs and jabs in, but then quickly segued it right in to the night's business. And the night's business was, of course, Dean Ambrose, the best babyface right now. We'll talk about Ambrose throughout the hour, I'm sure, but I want to talk about the Authority. I like the Authority. I do. I like Authority stables. You know, I like heel authority figures, and I like it especially when the heel authority figures are the actual authorities of the company. I like the Authority. It's this version of when Vince McMahon was on screen in the late 90s, early 2000s, and full-fledged, and it's a very fair comparison. It's the exact same thing. You know, we have the Authority, the bosses, and Triple H and Stephanie. We have a couple wrestlers that are the focus of the group, mainly Seth Rollins, which is good. Pick a young guy, and then you even have the lackeys, our Joey Mercury and our Jamie Nobles. We have the Stooges. I like authorities, but here's the problem with this current Authority. It's not being used to the full effectiveness in terms of being able to get to draw money and to give us the best situations. What I mean is this. You know how we'll see Stephanie and Triple H on a couple weeks of Raw, and then there'll be like a week where they're not seen on screen at all. Like, you know, they're giving the night off, or they're taking that off, or they're on vacation, or even some pay-per-views. We'll see them a lot for Raws, but then we won't see them at a pay-per-view at all. Like, we just, we'll hear of the Authority, and we'll see the wrestlers, of course, Rollins, Orton, Kane, and such, but we won't see the actual Authority figures. Well, the problem with that is it almost screams of neglecting the audience of the true payoff. You have these Authority puppet figures who get to pull strings, and they get to affect things with Seth Rollins and Randy Orton and their problems with Ambrose and Cena and whomever. But it still but it doesn't go to the fullest. It's not fulfilled to the fullest, which is for Stephanie and or Triple H to get theirs. Now, Stephanie stepping in the ring with Brie Bella at SummerSlam was good, and quite frankly, the Authority did it right, even though it wasn't the original plan. They ended up doing it right at the end with their feud last year with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, knocked down every obstacle that came through him until he got to Triple H, knocked Triple H out, and then that was his pass to get to the title match at WrestleMania later in the night. And then even in the title match, Triple H tried to stop him again. It was done well, but since then, this whole Authority thing, while I am entertained by the Authority, and I love seeing Stephanie Fine Wine McMahon, they need to rearrange this. I don't know how, because Ambrose and Rollins is great stuff, okay? And their matches, great stuff. And Ambrose is going to get all of his on Rollins, great stuff. But it still leaves Triple H able to stand there and go, ha, 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 ha. It doesn't fit. We need to figure out a way. They need to rework the story, or Triple H and Stephanie need to take themselves out of it. I don't know what needs to be done, but that's the problem I'm seeing, is that we're not going to be able to fully fulfill this when you have Triple H standing there trying to be in control of things. Basically what I'm saying is there has to be a Dean Ambrose Triple H match eventually. If Dean Ambrose is enemy number one to the Authority for the next couple months, and has been for the last couple months, and is going to continue to be, he can get his hands on Rollins, which he's done, but Triple H has to be involved. And I know that's a pain to some of your ears, because some of you people feel that Triple H oversteps his boundaries. Well, you're wrong. Triple H needs to be involved as much as he can if they want to continue with the Authority being heel and enemy number one. Make sure you call. The number's right there on your screen. Tweet me live at Justin LaBar, or you can email sportstalk@TribLive.com. We got a lot to talk about. Don't go anywhere.